Welcome everyone to a fun short beer game between Steel Bonnet as the Dwarfs versus Undead as the Vampire Counts. This showdown took place on Desert's Bounty with the Battle of Vengeance and Bloodlines. So over here for the front line of the Vampire Counts, we're going to see 5 cheap units of the Zombies, and on the flanks 2 units of Skeleton Warriors, including the ROR Conquesting Stalkers. In the back, 3 elite units of Graveguard, including the great weapons with the armor piercing, and the Sternsman with that regeneration. For the very nice unit, the Mortis Engine, we will have the Reliquary of Corruption, the Tome, and the Reliquary of Binding. In the back for the Terror, 2 units of the large Vargulfs here, with that massive armor piercing, and the Lord Choice, which is the Von Carstein Vampire Lord. He will have Storm of the Night, Sword of Anti-Heroes, Charmed Shield, Flock of Doom, and Invocation of Nehek. Now, for the last unit today, and the Cavalry, we're going to see the gorgeously brilliant Blood Knights. Now, at 1.7k for the bonus first large and anti-large, not the most optimal units here, but certainly going to be very useful here with their Frenzy and the Flag of the Blood Keep. So, for the Dwarfs in the front line, 4 units of the Immune to Psychology Longbeards in support, with also 4 units of Miners with Blasting Charges, including the Urkram Miners. Now here in the back line, we're going to be seeing the best blasting charges in the game with the Iron Breakers. Very nice units with very high melee defense, including the Nor Grimlings. A massive 79 with 125 armor, making them some of the best infantry here in the game. Now we can see in support, and the Lord Choice is going to be Thoric Ironbrow. He's going to be having the Rune of Slowness, the Rune of Speed, and the Rune of Doom. Now in the back, we are going to have quite the interesting partnership. The Dragonback Slayers here, with power of the Dragonback for that slow and fire weakness, and also a Thane. Now he is going to bring a rune today, which is something I never ever thought of. We're going to have the Rune of Dismay, giving the negative 10% speed, and also with the negative 35 for the Dragonback Slayers, that's a negative 45% speed. If these two do stay together, that's going to be quite the interesting addition, and something that I'm very interested to see how it performs. Now, if we do fast forward here, you're going to see both sides do come together. We are going to see the Vargulfs going to the right, the Blood Knights going to the left, and looks like the Von Carstein Lord is going to be causing some Flock of Dooms here in the middle. Now, some blasting charges going to be ripping apart the front line of the zombies with 0 armor, and a little bit late on the charge is going to be the Vargulfs, but I love the positioning from Undead. As you can see, just piling straight through these miners with blasting charges. Very nice work indeed. A lot of the blasting charges already going off, so that is some really nice work there. But unfortunately, one thing I would say is Iron Breaker blasting charges don't do very good up against single entity monsters. Blasting charges ripping apart this front line. Moving in is the Mortis Engine, going to be fighting here up against Longbeards. And along the front line, just decimation, fire, and blasting. As we can see, we can have the Conquesting Stalkers and also the Zombies here going up against Longbeards. Could we get some blasted charges over here? But it looks like the Elite Infantry Graveguard could be moving on to the cheaper Miners. And unfortunately there could be a little bit of decimation. We can see over on the left hand side some nice support here with the Lord. He is going to be fighting up against these Longbeards. And on both sides, you can see the double Vargulf and also the Von Carstein Vampire Lord fighting on the Longbeards on the left. And on the right, we can actually see over here that the Conquesting Stalkers and the Zombies and the rear charge here from the Blood Knights are going to be coming into the Longbeards that have unfortunately been pushed out a little bit too far. Now, as you can see for the Dwarfs, they're not super fast, so the front line being as wide as it is means you are going to get pockets where the Dowie cannot support. Blasting charges really do aid in the middle. It looks like a Flock of Doom is going to go down on the Iron Breakers, the Miners, and also the Dragonback Slayers. Moving away are going to be the Vargulfs, but oh no, they've left behind the Von Carstein Vampire Lord. Blasting charges over the top, doing lots of damage here up against the Slayers, but actually the Von Carstein Lord is going to get slowed. He is going to get trapped up against the heavy Longbeards as well. It looks like he is going to get stuck. I don't know, we could really do with getting these Vargulfs back in, but he is going to be trapped. It looks like the Charmed, as well as the Sword of Anti-Heroes going down to really aid him, but I think this could be his last stand. We have bonus versus large, 24 here for the Dragonbacks. That is super good at taking out good large lords. Now, he is going to be breaking. Is he going to shatter? He does shatter and goes down. Trying to get a Flock of Doom off of there at the end. Not going to quite happen. That's going to be really costly here for the VC. Now, as we can see, Mortis Engine in the middle. Going to be fighting up against the Miners. Should be able to make quick work of that. But unfortunately here, it does look like the Stalkers and the Zombies are starting to take some battering here from the Longbeards. Consistent rear charges here from the Blood Knight should be able to help break them. That is going to be a negative 14 leadership there for every single rear charge. Over here in the middle, though, it looks like no. It looks like the Thane has been caught as well. It looks like Lords and Heroes are going to be getting caught all over the place. And whilst he's running away, he's only going to be getting 30% of his melee defense if he is charged from behind. Now, he is broken, he is terrified, and he is going to be moving away as the Miners do come in. We can see in the middle some Nor Grimlings, and they're going to be coming over here and maybe seeing the Vargals trying to slap up here against Thoric Ironbrow. In the middle, we have some Longbeards and some Ironbreakers. Thoric's coming straight over. Thunder everywhere as he tries to fight up against the Vargals. Probably not an optimal matchup for him, but we could really do with getting some help over here. It looks like the Graveguard Great Weapons down to 41 models. They are going to be getting pretty low here. They are going to be broken. Negative 11 leadership means they will be taking damage over time. Slayers are moving. It looks like Thoric is going to be chasing one of the Vargals here. And looks, oh, the Thane is back. Rune of Doom goes down. Plus 24 melee attack here, giving him 74 melee attack, which means he should be able to punch pretty hard here. And that clang, that awesome clang from Thoric Ironbrow being the Rune of Doom. A plus 24 extra melee attack faction-wide. As we can see, those lovely glows from the Dowie, causing that fear as well. Once they do fight here up against Blood Knights and also against Mortis Engines alike. As we can see map-wide, we can see that the VC have been split up a little bit here. They'd be much better if they did fight together. You're going to get that constant damage here from the Mortis Engine with that corruption over time. But if they did have the AP support here of the Vargals, they could do some really good work here in the pocket. Not only that, it would also force the Slayers as well as the rest of the Dowie force to blob, which means you get the maximum value here from the Mortis Engine. As you can see, one Vargolf is going to be struggling, and the second one is going to come in to try and cause a bit of distraction, so we can maybe get some healing here from the Vargolf. He's going to be pushing in, maybe trying to see if he can punch up here. He is going to hit really hard up against the Thane, and terrifying for the second time. Another big hit comes through, and that should finish him off. He's going to be negative 17 leadership. Unfortunately, he's not going to be quite fast enough, and that red dust is going to be coming off the Vargolf, showing that he is going to be disintegrating over time. Slayers are in. They are going to be chasing. I don't know if they're going to catch. But if you're not careful here, we do have one Vargolf still in, and he could very, very quickly go down here if you're not careful. Over in the middle, we are going to be seeing Blood Knight as well as the Mortis Engine fighting here alongside the last unit of infantry here with the Skeletons, trying to go up against Longbeards, Norgrimling Ironbreakers, and the Co here from the Dowie. They're going to be taking lots of damage from the Mortis Engine, as well as the Blood Knights here are going to slowly be going down. They're being fully surrounded, which is going to be maximal value from the Mortis Engine, but unfortunately going to be maximum damage against the Blood Knights. It looks like here the Rune of Slowness, overcasted here, going to be going down up against the Vargolf, which means he will get caught here with the Slayers coming in, which will further slow him even more. So negative 60% speed will be negative 95% if the Slayers do catch up. Looks like the second one is going to go in, it is going to kill itself, so we can maybe try and see if we can get this Vargolf away. A big hit here up against the Miners, breaking them as well. He does go down with a red of smoke, and it looks like here Ironbreakers are going to come in for the hits. That's going to be a greater effect and a greater duration of time if it is overcasted here from Thoric Ironbrow. Now, as we can see, it's going to be very, very low on leadership here. Balance of power very high for the Dwarfs. It is just going to be the Mortis Engine and the Vargolf left. Both here going to be trying their absolute best. Running away here, unfortunately, I don't think is the best strategy. You need to get in and you need to support this Mortis Engine. Leadership is going to be very low. Negative 7, negative 15, negative 19. It's dropping very quickly here. It is actually going to shatter. That is going to be army losses. And a great win here for Steel Bonnet and the Dwarfs. What a great game between these two short-bearded players, and well played to Undead. He's going to be getting 6 kills, only 517 for the Von Carstein Vampire Lord, but just a lack of micro there for 1 second, getting caught by Steel Bonnet with those nice Dragonback Slayers and the Longbeards. In the front line, really struggling, no damage at all, but of course they are going to soak up those blasting charges. We can see nothing for the Skeletons, and 234 here for the Stalkers. 700, 775 for the Great Weapons, with only 126 for the Sternsmen. 855 there from the Blood Knights, with 750 and 513 from the Vargolfs, and 125 kills, 16,000 damage dealt, 2018 damage value, and also a silver chevron. A very nice game here from Undead, but unfortunately getting caught by the very nice build of my pretty Steel Bonnet. So as you can see, 13 kills, 607 for Thoric Ironbrow, 370 from the Thane, 450, 380, 470, and 670 with 113 kills for the Urkram Miners. 450, 580, 630, and 540 here for the Longbeards. 2,155 for the Dragonback Slayers, a very, very nice unit indeed. 1.4k for the Iron Breakers, 460, and 1,300 for the Nor Grimlings Iron Breakers. What a great game here between both of these players. If you did enjoy this, please smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Drop a comment down below as well about what you thought. If you are new here, maybe think about subscribing as well. And maybe go down and check that description. You're going to find my Discord and all my other social media handles. But if you do go onto the Discord, you can find all of my nice content. You can see single player, multiplayer, leagues, and tournaments which you can all partake in. But other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care.